While since I've jumped on, as some of you may or may not know, I'm Don Varney. And as I was going out today, driving, I noticed there were a couple things that went on, and I thought, you know what? Maybe people just don't know. So instead of being mad at everyone, I thought what I would do is jump on and do a little educational class and talk about a couple things. One is, what does merge mean? Merge is really quite simple when you look at it from the driving a car or riding a bicycle or even walking. If someone is on a highway and they're driving 65 miles an hour and someone is coming in from the right side, by the way, I'm riding my bike, so I'm short on breath only because of that, not because I'm having some kind of illness. But if I'm running 65 miles an hour, you're coming in from the right side and you're beginning to accelerate into the lane. It is not and should not be the responsibility of the person traveling at road speed to slow down or make adjustments for you. That's your job. So as you're coming in and I'm moving, your job is to pace my speed just a little bit less so that you can slide in behind me, or if it's good enough, go ahead and accelerate and get in front and keep right on going. Now that's how a merge is supposed to go. Unfortunately, as I was watching today, I had a young man, I'm driving 60 miles an hour, and here comes a car on the right, and what they do, which I think is really kind of silly, but maybe again they just didn't know, I'm driving, my speed is constant because I'm on cruise control. So I know I'm running a constant speed. They come screaming up the access into the highway, get right beside me, and then they're running with me, and then they get mad at me because they have to slow down or speed up to get in because they didn't just accelerate by me or come in and drop in behind me. So I hope that helps some of the folks out there that don't quite fully understand that the merge really is the person entering the highway, not the one on the highway. Because I'll see on 410 here in San Antonio be running 60 miles an hour, and in the right lane, all of a sudden it's like almost coming to a stop on a 65 mile an hour speed limit, and that right lane is almost coming to a stop because people don't know how to merge. So they're forcing their way in, almost causing brake lights to come on, nose of the car to dip, because they're determined, I'm getting in the highway whether you like it or not, instead of accelerating in, doing the right thing, or laying back a little bit, wait for a break in traffic, and then merge in. So I just would love to see it because, number one, it would stop what else I see. I see frustration. I see folks that are lack in courtesy to others. As we are all aware of the hand signals that people like to give other people when they think they're wrong. And it's always comical to me that it's the person that's merging in who's the one that always gets upset because the person on the highway driving the speed limit, doing what they're supposed to do, doesn't slow down to 30 miles an hour so they can get in, and then they get all crazy and start blowing their horn and accelerating up. That's always the ones I like. They accelerate, get right behind you. You're in traffic, and they accelerate to get right behind you, and the whole time they're behind you, you can see them. Their hands are going crazy, they're going crazy. They're not paying any attention to the traffic around them, and that's how some of the accidents where you rear into someone because you're not paying attention to the driving. So, courteous, respectful, and merge. Those are things that I hope all of us will take a moment and understand. And then the final thing that I would like to chat with you about to perhaps help you be a better driver, help you to be more considerate, more courteous, to the other people on the highway that are actually in the right. You may not think so because it's not for you, but by law, they're in the right, is, and I'll use me as the example. I'm driving down the highway. It's a 4-lane highway. I'm in, say, the second lane from the right. Coming up, I see traffic. I look to my left, and I notice there's cars back. I turn my turn signal on to inform the person behind me that I would like to move over. Now, I do that because there was sufficient space. And I think what's so comical to me, and it's almost hilarious, it's almost like it's a sporting event. I turn that signal on and I see the nose of the car come up as they begin accelerating to make sure I can't get in front of them. Because we know that 1, 2, 3 seconds is going to make a huge difference in wherever they're going. Now again, think about what I said earlier. It's a merge. There's sufficient room. I've checked. I've turned my signal on to let them know, hey, I'm just sliding over and I'm going to go and keep right on going. I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to keep the speed going because there's traffic that I'm dealing with here. So from a courteous driver, you should, number one, be happy that I didn't just cut in front of you and perhaps stop you from looking at your text, which could make you alarmed. Instead, I gave you a light warning. Here, I'm wanting to move over. There's sufficient space, and I'd like to move over. Thank you very much. Instead of getting excited, speeding up, trying to make sure that I can't get by you, and, it just frustrates you so much that you're going down the road now for the next few minutes mad at me because I was being courteous and letting you know that I wanted to make a lane change in front of you. How dare me do something that would put me in front of you? So, a few thoughts on that. It goes back to something that's very important to me. I've found that if you're polite, if you don't get too nervous on the highway, you pay attention, you try to be nice to people, you try to wave nicely at them, not give them the high sign, but actually wave. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Move on over. It's okay. When you're working with people like that, traditionally you will get a smile back. Sometimes you get the person that jumps in front of you because you officially allowed them to come over by waving them over, and you get the little hand that goes up and says thanks. Those are the kind of things that make driving fun. So I hope you all will take a moment and think about this and enjoy it. Do something with it. Perhaps start implementing some of these ideas and enjoy yourself. Love to hear what you think about this video, because I'm sure there will be some remarks on it. Hopefully y'all won't be too mean, because I'm very sensitive. I can hardly stand it when you're mad at me. You guys have a great day. This is Don.